Hey everyone, it's Texas Fishing back again. I've got a few lures that I'm showing you here that I'm going to be using tomorrow morning when I get out to the South Jetty. I'm hoping the flounder is still stacked up in there, but I'm not too sure. The way the weather's been has been cold one night, hot the next day. Hopefully they're still in there. These lures that I'm showing you are lures that I used to use when I did a lot of wade fishing, especially out in West Bay. I used to target flounder pretty much all the time. I wasn't too concerned about trouts or reds or things like that. Flounder is basically what I was targeting back then when I did a lot of wading. And I used to use a lot of different artificials. I've caught flounder on top water. I've caught them on jerkbait. I've caught them on plugs, jigs. But the one lure that actually I fished almost all of them, I've caught them on spoons as well. But the spec rig, Lime True spec rig, I couldn't even count how many flounder I've caught on that Lime True spec rig. I've tried all of them. I've caught fish on jerkbaits as they bounce along the bottom, jigs, spoons. The one that caught the most fish, Lime True spec rig. Had a lot of different points and places and coves that I knew in West Bay that always had flounder. I always seemed to have flounder anyway, even during the summertime. So these I'm going to be taking out as an experiment. I'm going to use them at the South Jetty. Hopefully the fish are stacked up in there. And if not, that's okay. I'm probably going to buy me half a pound of bait and head over to the beachfront just to catch something. Main thing is, I'm going to be out there. Like I always say, just being out is good enough. Catch fish, great. You can feed your family, even better. So we'll talk to you soon. Hey everyone, it's Texas Fish It back again. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. I've got a 2-part video for y'all. I call the first part, The Experiment at the South Jetty. A while back, I used to do a lot of wade fishing. I used to follow and use sonar tables, checking tide changes, moon phases, fish feeding patterns, and keeping records. And I strictly used to target flounder. I've caught flounder on all types of artificials, top waters, jerkbaits, spoons, jigs, but I stumbled on the one artificial bait that has caught more fish than I can count. We were fishing a point in West Bay, and nothing was working. On a bet, I told my brother that I could use the lowly chartreuse spec rig to catch a fish. I chunked it at the point, and right as the bank dropped off, bam! And then it was one flounder after another, all on the chartreuse spec rig. One day I was fishing another point, and I saw someone coming towards me. The man was dressed like an Orvis fishing magazine, had his hat, his vest, fancy waders, and he was stomping around coming towards me. And he gets to me and he says, "You have the market cornered on the fish. What are you using?" He saw my stringer. I had maybe about 5 fish on it, and I replied, "What am I using?" He said, "What kind of bait are you using?" And I told him, "A chartreuse spec rig." He goes, "A spec rig? What's a spec rig?" So I showed him. He asked, "Do you have another?" He said he'd give me $20 if I had another. I replied, "20? He says, "Yes." So I gave him one, but I told him to keep his $20. I pointed out a few spots where he could try. Told him to stop stomping around. Be careful because of the stingrays. You should always shuffle your feet. Now, I don't know if he caught any fish. I was on my way out. Now, you never know until you try. Enjoy. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for your views. Please continue to click, like, and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll see each other soon. Beds. Not a lot, not big ones. small little bed. And a nice sized bed there. Another nice bed right here. Look at the size of that bed right there. That was a big flounder sitting in there. Here's another one. The water's crystal clear. I might have to downsize these lures. Usually when the water's high, it starts pouring over these breaks here. These areas are really good for the flounder because they stack up right as the water pours down. There's another big break over there that's also a really good break. You know, right now you can see mullet hopping around down on the edges over there. Some bed. I've seen a lot of flounder caught in this area right here. You can see the gut where the water comes in when the high tide comes in. This is one of the areas right here. It drops off right in the middle there as it comes in here. When the water's right and the tides are right and everything's right, this one little hole right here gets stacked up with fish. Usually you'll find them right on the lip. Water's out though. I mean, the water's low tide right now. Still a beautiful day. All right. We're gonna try this gold spoon. At least it looks like a mullet. We shall see. I said I've caught fish with spoons. Caught them on top water. I've caught them on jerk baits. Right now we're just trying to see what's going on here. Today was a test. I could have brought some gulp. I could have, you know, fished with live bait or whatever. I'm not. This is more of an experiment. The main thing you got to understand is right now, flounder season is closed. You cannot keep any flounder. Not until the 15th. And I don't care what anybody says or shows you and tells you, you cannot keep flounder right now. And you should obey those laws. They're doing it for a reason. They're trying to get it up. Trying to get the population back where it was. You know, this part of the world has gotten really packed. There's a lot of people here coming from all over, and everybody loves to fish. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but on top of that, you got the people who like to do the gigging. You also got the commercial fishermen, you know, who are just stacking up on flounder left and right. You know, so they did what they had to do. It was something that was coming. They were going to do it last year, but they decided to wait till this year. And if it wasn't for that, this place would be full of people. You know, you'd see them everywhere, like you've seen them before. But the bottom line is, you can catch them, but you cannot keep them. Give them a chance to recoup. This is the big break here. When the water starts pouring over and the flounder starts to stack up, this is the perfect place for them right here. There's a deep hole right here, and it runs back down into that area over there. I've seen a lot of people try to walk across that thing. I got my scars. I still have my scars from walking on that and crashing down and tearing up my knees. This was years and years ago. I've seen people try to cross that thing, and that's a dangerous cut right there. And of course, they're not going to fix it. Army Corps of Engineers could care less. They're going to leave it just that way. Just a piece that fell. We got those pieces down there, but this is a big break here, and that's some nasty jagged edge stuff right there. If you take your time, you could probably walk across it, but you know what? For someone like me, I ain't trying. You can actually walk all the way along the end here, along the beach there, along the break, and get to that point down there, and then you can just kind of climb up. If you really want to get down to the jetty down there. All right. Took off the spoon, and now we're going to go to the spec rig here. Now this one is white. It's starting to move around. That's good. Maybe get these fish to open up a little. White spec rig. The buoy went back that way. Big ship gonna cause some waves to get in here. Okay, let's just over the green. Let's see if this can do anything. Flounder love this color. All right. going to switch to a darker color, actually black. You see the darker color makes a difference. The darker color, let's see if it makes a difference. I'll switch to another, this little pink shrimp, green head. Keep fishing this hole right here. Maybe there might be something in there. Well, it's a beautiful day and beautiful water. Kind of clear. Saw some flounder beds. Like I said today, no gulp, no live bait, just straight artificials. So far it's been a skunk. I've tried a few things, jerk bait. I'm tossing a little pink shrimp now. Let me change it up here in a minute. The water's nice and cold. All right, we're gonna try a little jerk bait. Mudded looking. Let's see what it does. Let's see how far it gets down though. Okay, I went to a bigger jerk bait. It's got a bigger lip on it, so it should drop down a little lower. Object here is to get it to bounce along the bottom. If the flounder is sitting in there, they see something like this come by, they'll jump on it. I can feel it now hitting the bottom here. The smaller one was taking too long to start hitting the bottom. try one of these attaboys, that a boy, or you're a boy, or I can't exactly remember the name of the guy who put this together. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay. Green speck rig. Let us see. Alright, we're going out the way we came in. This rig with the little spec rig on top. Pretty much has been a skunk. We tried all kind of different things. I am surprised we haven't picked one up at least. I've seen some beds. I had one little small bite on it. On this setup right here, and that was it. See, a guy down there had a live bait. I haven't seen him catch anything. It was an experiment. The water's really pouring in down there. You can see it. I was hoping that was going to turn the fish on, but if they're in here, they ain't biting. And I didn't bring any live bait, or I didn't bring any gulp. This is more of an experiment. We can't keep any flounder anyway. I'm just trying to figure out to see if some of the things that I used to use in the bay to catch these flounder would work on these flounder that are going out. And so far, nothing. We got a ways to go, and there's a couple of holes over there, so we should be okay. We're gonna find out here in a minute if they're in there.